Hello, and welcome to another episode of
The English Couple.
Welcome to lunch. Do join us. Pull up a seat. We're making some cheese and ham sandwiches in today's episode, just at the beginning, with a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. And welcome back. It's the end of March, so this episode may well stretch into March, April, don't know.
Probably.
Some of it we've already filmed a week or so ago. Apologies for not having a video last time, or a gap between. Depends when you watch. Some people may be binge watching and watching it all, and all of that doesn't matter.
In which case, it doesn't, yeah. Like he said, it doesn't matter then.
We've been busy today, and we're just having a bit of a lunchtime break. So we thought, why not join us? Because we're coming apart, slowly but surely. We've got big wedge sandwiches, cheese and ham, which is very nice. And we're in our workshop, which, as you can see, has got a bit more of the pink on. And one of the ideas that we came up with was a whiteboard, wasn't it?
Yes, so when we have ideas whilst pottering around the place, we can hop on over, write them down, so we don't forget. And then before we leave, we can take a photograph.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because that's the thing. We'll say, well, what we need is some sponges, some tea towels. We need to get that thing done. Oh, wouldn't it be good to bring so-and-so across? And then when we get home, we go, oh,
we've forgotten.
What did we said a few things. So that's it. We have bits and pieces to show you in today's episode, which we will proceed to do after we've had lunch. In the meantime, sit back, enjoy the show, and we hope that whatever we come up with will amuse you and, well, not educate you, but
amuse you and bemuse you, perhaps.
Yes, because we're novices. We don't know what we're doing, but we're having a lovely time. And by the way, we were at events last week as we filmed this, so if any of you new people have checked us out from the event that we were at, hello.
Welcome along.
Welcome along.
And thanks.
Yeah. So anyway, let's crack on with the episode. Today, which is a different day, and the sun is shining and it's beautiful, it's very hot, I am logging. So you may have seen us doing some logging for the poles, for the polytunnel, the new polytunnel, but this is different. I think I told you that we were chopping down some of the willow, get it right, because I always say the other one, which I now can't think of, the willow, and in order to encourage, by pollarding, more growth in leaves and whips and what have you, so that we get a bit more of an even coverage along the perimeter, mostly to stop larger animals getting in, or munkjacks and things, but also just to keep it private, really. So that's happened, and as a result I've got a load of logs, and they've been cut into all sorts of lengths, 1 or 2 meters, that sort of thing. So I'm processing them. We're taking the whips off and I'm processing them into small logs, and I've got to get them approximately right, because our fire in the workshop, which is principally the one we'll be using, the space is really only about that big, so the logs have got to be whatever that is, 9 inches I suppose, something like that, in old money. So that's what I'm doing, and there's quite a lot to get through. There's more in the other field where our friend also did some logging. He said, well, you can have these because they're your trees that fell over on my side. So that's very kind of him. Right, so I'm using my electric chainsaw, because as you know, last week I was telling you how the other one only worked for 1 day. Charming, isn't it? Although I have another old one, and I might just see if I can get the spares off that to fix the other one and use it temporarily, but I do want to invest in a petrol chainsaw, because being tethered all the time to the generator, which is generating the power for the electric one, can be a bit of a nuisance. Anyway, and it's a heavy load to carry.
It's exhausting, but satisfying. I'm pulling weeds from this section that Richard had a go at the other day. Because we have discovered as we know, this place has been left wild for quite a number of years, so there's a lot of thick roots there of weeds. It's a contentious word, that, but they genuinely, we don't want them here, so they are technically weeds. So thorns, thistles and nettles. So I'm attempting to dig them out. Now, I say dig lightly. I'm not trying to dig, I'm just trying to uncover them to pull them out, because we want to try no dig as much as possible, but we admit there are times when we need to dig a bit. But digging with hands, not even little spades or anything, I can't dig that far. It's not like I'm turning it over with a big plough on the back of our tractor or anything. We have no intention of doing that. But trying to get as many of the thick root systems out of here as possible without disrupting the soil too much, so that we can then put cardboard on top, some a bit of compost on top of that, and maybe mix that with some straw, because the potatoes, apparently, they can just grow in straw. But we wanted to provide them with compost as well. So cardboard, compost, potatoes, some more compost. I'm not expecting to get them all out. There's a lot here, but there's some massive ones, and they go a long way. So I'm hoping to get as many of those out as possible, so they don't continue to deplete the soil while they're trying to grow up through. Plus, look at this though. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. So satisfying.
Well, every man should be proud of his log pile, although this pile has barely got going yet. But the idea is I put them on pallets, or a pallet. Whoops, it's all collapsing. But there's going to be sides and a roof. It's going to be a three-sided thing with maybe a we could put a fourth side, I suppose, another pallet resting forward. We've got some tiles, so the tiles are going to go over the top just to prevent the basic rain, and it's just going to sit here and season until it's ready. It's willow, as I said, so I was told that it actually seasons quite quick, but it burns fast and hot, which on a cold day, you might want something like that if you're in the workshop. Not very long, just a couple of hours. You just want to take the edge off perhaps, and that may be perfect. But anyway, it's good enough for us, so I'm going to just sort this out. When I've finished, as I say, I'll put the other pallets round it and get them screwed on. But it's just nice to see them in the daylight. I have had my hands in horse dung. You want to smell it?
No, you're all right.
So we're back at the it is a vegetable patch.
But this is specifically the potato patch.
The potato patch, thank you. And so what we've done now, we can't show you everything. The weather's a bit inclement. It's raining. We're trying to protect the camera.
And just trying to get stuff done.
Yes, because this is our early potatoes, which were, bear with,
King
Duke of York,
Red Duke of York, and
Francis. First earlies, nice and twirlies. So what we've done is we put some cardboard. I nearly said something else.
After you'd weeded the patch, and then I'd weeded the patch, and then put down some cardboard.
You saw Julia weeding the patch earlier and coming out with all those weeds. So the cardboard is down to stop any other stuff coming up. And we've put horse dung,
layer of muck
down, which is nice and mature. And I think the next part of this journey is to take our chitted potatoes, and now you have to do something to the chitted potatoes before you put them in, don't you?
Yeah, you have to rub off some of the chits.
Rub them off like they were made of pencil. Rub, rub, rub. And then what do? You put them up a certain way?
Yeah.
What way?
The shoots upwards, I would yeah.
Yes, there's one major shoot that would be the plant, and the others, I guess, is where the other tubers come from.
Potentially.
Because otherwise, where do the tubers grow?
Because I thought we'd been taught years ago just to rub all but one off, but
Yeah.
we've just been reading.
So
you actually leave 4 to 5 of them on.
But yeah, so that was a royal horticultural book. So
Yeah.
we hope that we're doing this the right way. So we're going to lay them out, and they've got to be spaced in a certain direction. What spacing direction do they have to be spaced, lovely Julia, who's been reading?
The rows need to be 2 foot apart, and each potato needs to be a foot apart from the other.
So I'm hoping, sorry about the rain, I'm hoping that we've got enough space. We've got, I don't know how many we've got about 40 in total to go in. So somehow or other in this little area we prepared we'll get them in, because we were supposed to do them last week according to, you know, get them in by the 21st of March. We're a bit later than that, we're almost at the end of March now, but I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference.
No.
We haven't had a lot of sunshine, but actually the rain is good because I'm trying to keep all this moist so that it doesn't dry off and we can get the potatoes in and lay them down. So that's what we're going to do.
Yes.
So off you go, Julia. I shall go and have a cup of tea.
By my estimations, I think we can get 3 rows in there, so we shall see.
Excellent.
Cup of tea then?
Yeah, no, you're doing that. I'm drinking tea.
Get on with it.
All right. So we've got a lot of show and tell, I suppose you might say, in a big part of this episode, but that is because we've been doing things, and some of them are small little jobs and some of them are bigger jobs, and it's just a question of not being able to be filming at the right time when it all happens. So do come into the shot a little bit, Julia. Keep going.
Oh, well, a tree under
Keep
my
going
head.
that way. That way a bit more. That way a bit more. That way. Great. So now we've seen. No, come back.
Anyway, enough of that larking
Yeah,
about.
that wasn't the show and tell bit that we were going to show and tell you. So as you can see, we are back here by our tomato plants.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potato. What a wonderful phrase.
It is. Anyway, we're back here. It may not have gone away as far as the edit is concerned. I'm not quite sure how I'm putting this together. But, so what have we done? We saw Julia put the potatoes in and I was helping as well when I wasn't filming. And then what happened?
We chucked a load more muck on top.
Yes, from our friends nearby who have some muck.
Yes.
For
aged
us.
muck.
Yes.
And then, well, I had one of those pet packs of straw from a rabbit I had years ago.
Years ago.
And it shocked me how much you actually get in those things. Quite a lot, actually. But we decided just to chuck it on top because it might prevent a lot of the moisture leaving. All
Yes. So to keep the moisture
Yeah.
in the soil, because we've had a sort of sunny, cloudy, hot, cold day, and as we get to the summer, of course, water will evaporate so much quicker. So we've got to keep the moisture in.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't cover it with the black plastic now because the potatoes want to see. They want to see the sun. They want to see the sun, which is very exciting. We want them to see the sun too.
We do.
So we're going to give them a final watering when we leave today.
Which is a concoction of the pond water with some of the nettle water.
Yes, which is our nettle tea we made last year.
Yes.
So it may well have stewed a lot by then.
It may be inactive, it may be inert, it may not do anything, but
It certainly pongs.
yeah.
So that's this area, but we've not just been doing this.
No.
Come with us to somewhere else. Now, I just want to say before we mention this thing, Some people's are bigger and some people's are smaller. And some are just medium. It looks like mine is, I'm not quite sure where, somewhere in the middle. What am I talking about? You haven't a clue, have you?
Well, I think I do, but they won't have a clue.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb?
Rhubarb. My rhubarb is slowly growing. You don't like rhubarb, do you?
No, I'm not a fan, but...
She likes the crumble, though.
Yeah.
Apple crumble?
And the apple.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the custard.
And the custard, yes. One day we'll make our own custard and apples and rhubarb and put them in a pie and eat them. Anyway, so the next thing is what we did today is, we got a word with Annette.
Annette, yes.
Lovely
nice
woman. Yes, so what was the plan on this one, Julia?
The plan on this one was, well, it's the peas. No,
I thought it was
not
onions.
Peas. It is onions.
It's onions.
I'm tired.
We're both
Again.
tired. This is the trouble when we film these things at the end of the day, because we've lost our energy.
Yeah.
What was it again?
The onions.
Onions.
The onions.
Not peas.
No, not the peas.
No.
We had temporarily put some of the found chicken wire and other...
Oh, yes.
Cagey type stuff around it. Cagey type stuff?
Cagey stuff.
It wasn't cagey.
Chicken wire. We'd made a cage around the onions to prevent birds coming in, and swooping down from above.
And lifting them out of the ground. so that was successful.
But it was too low to the ground and the onions were coming through the holes in the chicken wire.
So we had to rehash that, but we got a net.
We got a net.
We got some netting.
Yes, so it is plastic netting and, regret a bit of plastic. However, we've spent a lot of time doing this for the end result. But there it is. And I don't think the birds will get in there. Mice, zebras, giraffes, dragons.
But not the birds.
But not the birds. Maybe a pterodactyl or two.
So with the onions, before we put the netting on, I put some more bark around the edge and put some, because we got a lovely delivery of muck. I'm not sure if we actually said that, but we did. Lovely big bucket full of muck. And I've mixed that with a bit of grass cuttings and stuff that we had that were dried out and decaying. So got it nice crumbliness, put that on top of them, and they like that. It looks good. But I had a whole load left, so I've given everyone a little topping up of this new compost.
Everyone what?
Every one of the plants.
Oh right, lovely.
In the polytunnel and in the pots and the fruit trees. Oh, and a bit of the straw from the potatoes. Before I did that, I put some under the wild strawberries, because I thought, well, they're strawberries and there's no straw. I've got some straw. Ta-da!
All our little potted plants that we got from Fiona up north in Scaithness, they're looking they're looking not crusty. They're looking, I don't think, what was the word I was looking for? They're looking lovely, aren't they?
I'm not sure. They're looking good. And some of the ones that we thought were dead are not dead. Yay! Fiona was correct.
Yes, they survived the postage and they sat somewhere for a long time, didn't they?
Yeah, in the polytunnel, just shoved in wherever we could get them into pots and a bit of compost.
Which is the ones that are flowering yellow flowers?
That's the coltsfoot.
Oh yes, the coltsfoot. And everything. And the comfrey is looking very comfy.
Yeah, and I think, is that a gooseberry? Hang on a minute. Is that one here?
And I think she's looking for a gooseberry. But I'm over here.
Yeah, it's a gooseberry.
Yep.
The little gooseberry we thought was dead.
Yes.
That's coming alive. It's great. All good. It's all good. It's all coming alive. Yay! It's alive!
It's alive, like a triffid, and chasing us. Quick. The tractor.
The tractor.
We still haven't finally decided on a name, have we?
No, and well, there's a very long list of lovely, lovely suggestions. Lots of blue this or that or the other. Blue bird, bluebell, Henrietta. Also we discovered that high horse is something that they used to be referred to as, which brings a whole new meaning to the saying, let's get off your high horse. So what I thought, because it's so difficult, even the short list wasn't that short of good names. So I thought, well, what about the high horse with no name?
We'll get the high horse with no name out.
Well, it just means that there's no official name. You can call it what the heck you want in the moment.
Yes. So we're calling it Cyril. No, of course not. The tractor, however, has been really useful, and you would have seen that today when we came we had a lot of stuff of our own stuff, and we normally wheelbarrow it up, don't we?
Yep, in
and
several loads.
Huffing and puffing to get it up to the top where we base ourselves by the workshop. And I said, look, we've got to keep the tractor running to keep, because a machine is designed to move and run. It's not designed to sit there for wherever. So we went and fetched it, and we got it to the top, brought the van up to the top, hitched up the
Well, we
the
hitched
trailer.
on the trailer first and took it down there.
Oh yes, that's it. And then
Brought it all back in the trailer.
yeah, we brought it all back up in the trailer, and then that's what you saw. And then later on, I had a little job. You may have seen a pile of wood in the way of where we're going to put the caravan, and so I brought the tractor around, and Julia was doing one job. I was going to come and help her do another job, but while she was doing the job that she was doing, I had a few minutes, nipped on the tractor. We'd love to show you all of this, but it's like, well, we just got to get this done, utilise the time.
Yeah.
So
Here's our camera crew. I kind of am part of the camera crew, but I'm nowhere near as good as Richard or my dad. My dad's not around today.
So we tried.
By the way, sorry. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks,
Thank you
Dad.
so much for helping when
It's
he
not
does
my
come.
dad, but thanks, Dad, anyway.
I don't think I've shown you, lovely people, these little hawthorn shep, but when we put in the gate, latch. That was an old joke. When we put in the gate, these.
Latch.
Throw me. We were tramping on these lovely little things. They were just little sticks sticking out of the ground, but I recognised them as potentially little hawthorns. So I couldn't help myself. I had to dig them out and put them in little balls with their root balls, surrounded them with some of the soil from down there, and I popped them in this thing with some compost. But they'd grown over. I didn't know how they were doing. We pulled the grass out the other day, and they looked like they're doing well. 7 of the 10 that were planted there are doing really nicely, so I'm really pleased with that. I just topped them up with some the leftover compost from the onions now. Very pleased with them. Go on, you. Get on it. Yeah. Well done, you.
Done a good job there. That is hot. You have to really come away from the fire because it's so hot. One of the things we love is having a bonfire, but you don't have a bonfire just willy-nilly. Of course, all these were part of the patch where these are the, what are they called? Brambles.
Brambles.
Yes, the brambles where the polytunnel's going. We kept it, it's dried up, and it was so tinder dry, wasn't it?
It was.
And the last thing we want is a fire hazard on the land. And so the best thing to do, it's an inclement day today. Well done.
Well done,
You
you.
did a brilliant job. I did a little bit, but
Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
you've seen me dealing with the fires, but we've not really seen you doing it.
No. I've started them a couple of times, but first time I've had a proper involvement in fueling them.
Yeah. Well, what we now need is a nice saucepan, some bacon, and you just stand at the edge there and what have you. Or potatoes. We did try that one time, didn't we?
Yes, potatoes in the fire.
Potatoes in the fire, because it's
Yeah.
a bit difficult to actually cook on something like that. It's a bit mad.
No, it needs to be a wood fire. Preferably
Yeah.
an open one.
We've got plenty of wood for when we have friends round, stay the night, nice little wood fire, barbecue, that sort of thing. But this stuff You've just got to get rid of it. And the ground is wet, so that we know when we go it's just not going to spread. So,
Yeah.
and apparently, so I was told, ash, apart from being good on the land for growing and stuff, it's also good with mud to bind the mud to make it just that bit more solid.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but
We shall soon find out.
yeah. So if that's true, do you think that's true?
I think that might be true.
Yeah. We'll find out. So that's why we did it on the road. Just need to make sure, because I put in a couple of extra planks that were there, that there are no screws in it, because we don't want our tractor or any vehicles coming up here getting a puncture.
No.
It's snowing ash.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Anyway, I
It's
think,
a little bit of moisture in the air still too.
yeah,
It's not quite fully stopped raining.
any minute now it is going to come down.
A downpour would be nice actually. It's rather warm here now.
Yes, and then it can just put the fire out and we can spread the ashes and that's the job done. One of the many. Did you enjoy that?
That was fun.
You see, it's very rewarding working on the land when you've got these sort of fun things to do.
It was distracting me from the job I was in.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's right.
But then I thought, I know somebody who wants to do it. There's the fork. I'll go and have a cup of tea and, well, I didn't really, I just got the camera and filmed.
Yep. It's good. Yep. That's the pile done, isn't it? So
Yes, that's a...
that was me trying to get my brain in.
Well done, my darling.
I'll just get back to the muck now. Shall
Yeah,
I?
get back in that muck pit and carry on with whatever it was you were doing.
Beans.
Oh yes, not baked beans.
No.
You could do though.
Could do.
Yeah, wrong kind of beans.
Yeah, these are broad beans. I want to put them in the ground and tidy up what we've got there. Chuck on some more compost. And yeah,
Right,
see how they do.
splendid. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. We haven't been able to do them as regularly as we would like, but we'll do them and fill them up with as much content as we can. So do stay subscribed. Do enjoy the channel.
That's not an order. That's a
Yeah,
do,
that's
do
not.
if you would like.
You don't have to, obviously. I mean, you've got your own agency, all of that. But we'd love it if you came back next time and saw what we got up to. So from the lovely Julia and myself,
Tatty bye and have a good one.
goodbye.
See you next time.
Right, I might go and sit on the fire and warm my bum up.
I'm going to sit far away to cool off.
Oh, good idea.